Report Setup. To get started, click on the Stats tab in the navigation panel on your home screen. The Stats tab is divided into several sections: Reporting Options, the Staff box, the Tasks box, and Shared and Saved Views. You may or may not already have some shared views in the list on the right of your screen that were set up by your accounts engineer. Let's start with the reporting options. The first two options tell QGenda which dates to include in the report that it will be pulling. For this example, we will tell the system to tabulate information for October of 2016. The Report drop-down menu contains all of the different types of reports that QGenda can generate. We will take a closer look at each type of report, but for now, we'll select Grid by Staff Detail. We'll leave the Sort By box set to default for now, but we'll circle back in a few minutes. The Days option allows us to choose which days we'd like to include in the report, and the Group By menu allows us to choose how those days are grouped. In the example, you can see that all of the days are combined. By default, the option is set to Monday through Sunday, meaning that all of the days will be totaled together. Let's say that we're really interested in the Monday through Thursday and Friday through Sunday totals as two separate quantities. We can add this grouping to the drop-down menu by selecting Edit Groupings at the top of the page. Next, we'll check off any grouping that we want to add, and then close out of the window. If you do not see a grouping that you need, contact your engineer and they can have it added to the system. Now that we've added the Monday through Thursday and Friday through Sunday grouping, we'll select it from the drop-down box. As you can see in the example, we now have two separate running totals. You might notice that each part of this view has four numbers: PA, PT, CA, and CT. These correspond to the boxes checked in the Stats section of the reporting options. P is for physical, C stands for credit, and A and T correspond to actual and tracked, respectively. You might also notice that we have an hours column. This is not available in this view, but we'll talk about it more in a minute. Each of these options tells QGenda how to count tasks on the schedule. Physical refers to the number of times a task was assigned. Each time the task was assigned, it gets a single point. Credit refers to the number of credit points that one gets when assigned to the task. In this example, AM calls are worth half of a point, and PM calls are worth 2 points. Hours counts the duration of the shift, so if your shift is from 9 to 5, it will assign a value of 8 hours. The hours checkboxes are not available in all views. Moving on to the horizontal component of this section, actual refers to the number of times that the assignment was actually worked and not struck out in the Admin tab. Tracked refers to the number of times that the assignment was tracked, that is, the person got credit for the shift whether or not they actually worked it. For our purposes, we'll check off Physical Actual to count the number of times that the staff member is actually working the shift, and Credit Actual to count the number of points that the person gets for those shifts. The last checkbox allows you to choose whether or not to include requests that have not yet been approved. The Staff box and Tasks box are relatively straightforward. In the Staff box, you'll select every staff member that you would like to include in the report. The same goes for the Task box. You'll notice an additional icon next to the Show and Hide options. This is for advanced credit. We will cover this later in the video. After all of your options are set, click the green Go button to load your report. You'll see that for this report, the PA or Physical Actual columns show the number of shifts worked in each category, and the CA or Credit Actual columns show the number of points earned for working those shifts. If we want to sort this list numerically, we could choose how to do so by using the Sort By drop-down menu in the Reporting Options section of this tab. We can decide to sort ascending or descending by each type of value. We'll sort by PA descending so that we can see who has worked the most.